Welcome to Only Murders in My Mind. Hello everyone, it's that time of the week again, Thursday 5pm, and the next episode of Only Murders in My Mind. I have Liz Hedgecock.
Hello.
And Mike Jackson with me.
Hi, both.
As per usual, it wouldn't be any show without the three of us, would it? Well, we have managed, you've managed without me.
You've managed without me?
Yeah, so.
Indeed,
Yeah.
I am the constant here. I will have to disappear one week just to see what happens.
Ooh, don't do that. Yes, we are, if nothing else, very flexible. So one of the topic that we're going to talk about today is police and other professionals, maybe with a background that enhances their knowledge, who have turned into crime writers.
Oh.
And there are quite a few. So I'm going to hand it over to Liz to start with, because I have got some names down, but they are lesser known.
Ah, okay.
Crime writers.
All right. Well, we said we'd start off with police turned crime writers.
We did.
So, okay, I'm going to start with one, Graham Bartlett.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yes, and according to his website, he's an author and a police advisor. So I think he'd done 30 years as a police officer and detective. I think Surrey or Suffolk. And now he's a crime fiction and police advisor. Because I'm sure I remember him saying that he'd worked with Peter May.
All right.
Who you'll have heard of.
Yeah.
Yes, so that'll be, is that Grace I'm thinking of?
I think it is.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, as well as being now a crime author himself.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's one. But yes, he's written City on Fire, Force of Hate, and Bad for Good. And I apologise, Peter James I'm thinking of. So yes, one of the books that they've done together is Death Comes Knocking, Policing Roy Grace's Brighton, and that's Graham Bartlett with Peter James. And then also A True Life Story, Babes in the Wood, and again that is billed Graham Bartlett, Peter James. So there you go.
Oh, so yeah.
So the Grace books were collaboration. Did you say?
I don't think so. I think it's more that he was an advisor.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, in the same way as you, Carol, will run things past your mates in the force.
Yes, yeah. my contacts. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yes.
So, yes, and it looks like Graham Bartlett has gone from, being an advisor to actually thinking, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah, I could do this.
Yeah. And I mean, it says he's Sunday Times best-selling author, so there you go.
I was going to say, I remember watching a Midsomer Murders once, where the first detective in it was approached by an ex-policeman and suggested he gave up being a policeman and became a crime writer. We're always looking for people like you, Barnaby, with all that experience. You'd be great at it. And of course, when you've been flattered like that, and his wife the wives in this are always the reason in their lives. She was going, no, you'd hate it. You'd hate it.
Just looking on Graham Bartlett's website, and he's got a section called Bartlett's Bloopers.
Oh,
all right.
So often people ask me for my top tips. What are the biggest policing mistakes I read or see? So here's one of his tips. It hinders rather than helps you become a senior detective if you're a hard-drinking, womanizing, corner-cutting maverick. That will get you the sack rather than a promotion. If your detective switches on or fiddles about with the suspect's computer, they are compromising all the evidence.
Yes, I remember
Real
reading
cops,
that.
leave it alone and call in the experts. There
Something
you go.
about gun-toting in that quote as well, which amused me.
Yes.
It was something like, British police officers rarely carry guns, and if you know detectives like I do, you wouldn't want them to.
Yes. That's his tip 5, actually. He said, I know plenty in real life and was one myself once, and trust me, they are the last people you want carrying guns. So there you go. I mean, I've kind of seen him post online a few times, and he seems, very nice, very approachable.
He's got very light-hearted view about things as well.
Yes.
I think sometimes we take ourselves too seriously. I mean, it is a serious subject, and if you're in the moment, let's say, you are talking about maybe dark forces and evil doings.
Yes.
So,
but yes, he says here, top names I regularly advise include Peter James, Mark Billingham, Dorothy Coombson, Ellie Griffiths, and William Shaw.
all
Did
good.
you say he's a writer as well? in his
He
own
is a
right?
writer as well. He's done 3 books in the Joe Howe series,
Right.
and he's also done these other 2 books with Peter James. So one which is a true crime case, and one which is all about Roy Grace's Brighton.
Right.
So there you go. So that's a really good example of a police officer turned advisor and author. So fair
Well,
play to him.
I've got the name here of a lesser known author. Somebody I know gave me this name because she said she was part of Cheshire Police Force and
Oh yeah.
she'd done a talk. She was actually in Merseyside Police, but her name is Gina Kirkham, and she was born in the late 50s. She became a police officer in her mid-30s after a marriage breakup when she decided that she needed to earn a decent living. She had 2 boys at the time, I think, and she was taking her dog for a walk one day and it brought her back to the Enid Blyton, you know, Secret 5 and all this sort of
Famous
thing.
5 and the
Five.
Secret 7.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I got them wrong.
And the
didn't I?
5 Find Outers.
Yes,
Yeah.
all crime things.
A minor series.
And she retired. I don't know how long she was a police officer for, but she
Yeah.
retired and she took up writing. And her alter ego is Mavis Upton. And I haven't read any of her books. I'll hold my hands up, but they are a little bit different. They are humorous, and I think they're cosy murder mysteries. So I am going to actually read one of her books, and I'll get back to you. But I just thought, as a fairly local author, that obviously she has written a lot of books. She has written many when I looked at them.
Oh yes, I've just seen a copy of one which is called Handcuffs, Truncheon and a Polyester Thong.
Yes, so you take from that what you want.
Yes. Indeed. All right, so it's Constable Mavis Upton
Yeah,
in these. Right, got it. Yes. Blues, Twos and Baby Shoes.
yeah.
So
I think
they
they're
sound fun.
very tongue in cheek, I think, but obviously people like them, and she's.
Yes. There's
Make
also
a
one
career out
called
of it.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Are they down as humorous, please? Or
Have a look at the covers.
oh, right. Yes.
yeah,
they are.
they've got like the curly sort of
Cozy mystery. Do you think?
chick-lit-ish font.
Yes, I think
And there's a sort of cartoony picture of a police car on one, and then there's a police helmet and some little dinky shoes on another one. So yeah, you can probably draw your own conclusions from that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, certainly looking at those covers, my mind immediately went to cozy mystery
type things.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So I shall endeavour to read one and get back to you, listeners, about that one.
Well, apparently she's published by Bloodhound, so there you go.
Oh
right.
right, so it's not just on Amazon.
I think Bloodhound.
Is it part of Amazon?
No, it isn't. I think they're digital first.
Okay,
So there you go.
but you can get them from Amazon. can't you?
Yes,
Interesting
you will be
to
able to.
to read one of her books to see. Do you say she was a
She was a police officer,
officer.
yeah.
how important that is?
Yes, that's a good-
In as much as these seem like cozy mystery, they seem there's a lot of humour in them. You know, so how important is police procedure and everything in that genre of book?
That'd be some good sort of research.
Yes.
Yes. I must read one of her books.
Yes.
There we go. Have you got?
Yeah, I've got the more obvious one to start with. Again, I've got some some authors I've not heard of.
Yeah.
But the obvious one is Michael Connolly.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about him in previous episodes.
Oh yeah, you mentioned him, didn't you?
Yeah.
A few weeks
and
back.
He was was it Los Angeles? I think it was a Los Angeles Times. He was a crime reporter
Yes.
for the Los Angeles Times. So he, in effect, followed lots of crimes.
Good apprenticeship.
Good
that, for crime
apprenticeship, you know.
writing.
So got to know how police worked, got to know what crime scenes were like, and that obviously
Yeah.
comes through in his books. I've read
And
a
probably
few.
also got a real kind of feel for the process
Yes.
of investigation.
Yes, yeah. But he's also written The Crime Writer's Guide to Police Practice and Procedure.
Ah,
So that'd be a good reference too.
Yeah.
certainly
yeah.
if you're in America, I
Yeah.
imagine. I
Yeah.
don't know if it
Yeah.
would work out. So what series is?
Oh, Harry
has he
Bosch
done?
is one of
Oh,
his.
right, okay.
Which is a very sort of gritty.
Mhm.
I think he's LAPD.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
I imagine you'd write what you know, wouldn't you?
Well, you
Certainly,
should.
whenever I've read that, it comes across that he obviously knows how the police day-to-day procedures work. You know that there's shift patterns, and
Yeah.
he's got all the proper.
Because he would have had contacts in the
That's
police,
right,
wouldn't he?
yes,
That he
yes.
would have gone to for him. But he knows which bars they're drinking.
That's right.
All that sort
all
of
that
thing.
sort of thing. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Another example I have of a police officer turned crime writer is Denzel Mayrick. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He actually died quite recently, earlier this year. But yes, he had been a police officer with Strathclyde Police, and I don't think he was there that long. I think it was like a few years. But then he was a manager with Springbank Distillery in Scotland. But from 2012, he was a crime fiction writer.
All right.
So there you go.
And I've got somebody called James Ellison, who was a former detective in Moss Side. So probably saw some stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he writes a series called DCI Castle. It's again, I've not read them, but I'm trying to give these lesser known people a bit of a punt. I just looked at a Claire McIntosh.
Oh
yes,
yes,
I've got Claire McIntosh.
Yeah, go on then.
House.
No, just a former police.
I had her too.
Yeah, a former police officer. I think her debut novel was 2015. No, I Let You Go.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Well,
They've done
apparently,
well, haven't they?
Well, apparently she joined the police force when she graduated, and then she became town sergeant for Chipping Norton, and then eventually she became Thames Valley Police's operations inspector. So she was in there for 12 years before she left to be a full-time writer.
Unlike when we talked about the other author who was very much that the pictures, the covers of her books screamed at you cosy mystery, humour. Claire McIntosh's don't. It's A Game of Lies, The Last Party, I See You, which we Other People's Houses, and all the covers scream at you, thriller, twists, murder.
Grisly.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I know. She won an award for her first book, and she's been on the reading list of Judy and Richard a couple of times, which is obviously a good recommendation.
Yeah.
I've never been on their list, I'd like to say that.
Not yet.
One of my favourite books, and this was written by, we're going further afield now. This was written by a surgeon, Tess Garrison, Rizzoli and Isles. So,
yes,
she liked the forensic side of it, and I was to say one of her Isles is a forensic pathologist. So
that's handy.
Yeah, and I presume she researched all the police side of it and got the information she needed. But the medical side of it, she was good at. She knew all that. She knew how to dissect a body and what to look for, etc.
Yeah. You kind of hope so, really.
Well, you would, yeah. She was a surgeon. Well, I presume she still is a surgeon. The interesting fact about her is she wrote successfully for Harlequin Mills and Boon originally.
Oh.
See, so this is what you think, oh, well, people that write for them, they're not serious writers, and they've got no gravitas. I wish I was a pound behind some of them going to the bank, I'll tell you now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's a skill.
Yes, it is.
Writing any book is a skill. And writing a book to guidelines that, you may not necessarily like or even agree with, but making sure that you fit the formula, that is definitely something that, if you can do it, then good on you.
Yeah. So that's where she started. She started writing for them.
Another good apprentice. So she's got kind of a double apprenticeship, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's got the surgery and then she's got the...
I think she penned some competition as well. I think that's what got her started. She penned for some of the competition and won first prize. So, that was a really good...
I've got Steve Hoddle, New York Times, an international bestseller. I must admit I've not heard of it.
Sorry, Steve.
But as a detective, and again, he was Los Angeles Police Department. He received more than 75 commendations, and he handled over 300 separate murder investigations.
Wow.
So he certainly got a background there.
Yeah. Well, you're not joking.
But I am sensing that people in the LAPD want to get out.
They want to get
out.
Yes,
stressful
yeah.
or involved with them.
And we've got our own local crime writer, Martin Edwards, who was a solicitor. Or maybe he still is, I don't know.
I don't think he is now.
No.
So he certainly was for his career.
He's got that behind him about the law and
yes, definitely.
what you can do. And he's been very successful with his books.
Yeah. A slightly different example, and you probably won't have heard of this person. You might have done, is Marissa, I think it's Heitzman.
Right, no, I've not heard of her.
And she is an anaesthetist.
Oh, right.
And she has written several historical fiction novels under the joint pen name Ambrose Parry.
Oh.
Yes, because the other half of Ambrose Parry is her husband, Christopher Brookmyre.
Ah.
So there you go.
They write it together.
Yes, they do. I have no idea how that works, but I think they've appeared together in, book festivals and things like that.
Yeah.
So there you go. But yeah, the writing thing, they are set because they're historical and they look at the subjects of crime in old Edinburgh and the development of medicine in the 19th century, including the role of women.
There you go.
There you go. So they're set in the era following the discovery of chloroform. There you go. And apparently their pen name comes from Ambroise Paré, the 16th century French military surgeon. Oh. And the first one came out in 2018.
Right.
So they've done 4 together so far. And it's 2018, 2020, 2021 and 2023. So very busy.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder how that works at home, Well, I don't agree with this character, darling.
I imagine they get along all right.
They'd have to really, wouldn't they? They couldn't do it
But
otherwise.
again, before the writing, Christopher Brookmyre was a journalist. So
right.
again, you have that kind of, But yeah, so, I mean, I know writers come from all walks of life, but it does feel like crime writers seem to have quite often a relevant background. Why might that be?
I mean, as I say, I was a nurse, and so I saw that side of life.
Yeah.
And we also spoke to a lot of police officers because if you worked on A&E, they were always there. And as I've said before, I've got family and friends who were in the force. They've all retired now, I think. Shows how old I'm getting. But usually they can find out for me if I want to know something, even now. But yeah.
I mean, the things you've written other books as well as crimes.
Yes.
So, I mean, would you say that you prefer writing the crime books, or?
Yes, I do. But as I say, I really want to finish this novella, this light-hearted one.
Yes,
just as a natural break, like a firewall against all the darkness that's going round in my mind.
Oh, and then is it going to be Warrington Detective?
Then I'll do another Warrington Detective.
Yeah, right.
Because the opening, I always put the last at the end of my books, the beginning of the next book, and it is quite gory. Beginning of the next book, so
that's not like you.
No, but I mean, a few people, because none of my characters are safe. Any one of them could die during the book. Nobody is sacred.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Even
the main character. They asked me.
I'm worried now.
When I went on to the local radio we were promoting our Bodies in the Library. Really.
Oh yes.
And one of the interviewers said, "So is the Warrington Detective safe?" I said, "Well, not necessarily, because the Warrington Detective can be anybody." So we'll see.
I have occasionally thought about that. Not necessarily the main character, but maybe the partner of the main character. And I think I'm too much of a wuss.
You want to keep things stable.
Yeah, I mean, that said, I have disappeared Sherlock Holmes a few times, but that's hardly a novel. I mean, he's disappeared a few. And speaking of medics becoming writers,
yes, of course, Sherlock Holmes. I mean,
Conan Doyle.
Conan Doyle.
Yeah. So that's the thing. He started writing to pass the time, didn't he? Because he wasn't getting any patients in.
Yes, he was at a practice, wasn't he? He was bored.
Yes.
Yeah. And didn't he base, was it Dr. Watson on one of his tutors?
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Joseph Bell. Yes.
Yes.
Professor at Edinburgh.
Yeah.
I do wonder whether Conan Doyle saw himself partly as the Watson.
Yes, he might have done. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, with the medical side of it. Yeah, you got a role reversal there, haven't you?
Another one with a medical background, and again, it's somebody I've heard of but I've not read, is Tess Gerritsen.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about, Rosolian Isles.
Rosolian Isles.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, she is a surgeon.
Yeah. Still is.
I don't know. I presume if it's anything like it is in this country, you have to have so many hours practice in practice each year to keep your licence up. So it depends whether she's let that slide
Yeah,
or
'cause
not.
I think she started working as a physician in something like 1979,
Yeah.
1980.
Yeah, no, it
so
says she's retired.
she
Yeah,
retired.
she's retired
yes, it
now,
would
has
be.
she?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she's 72 now, so I mean, I know doctors can keep on going for a long, long time.
So presumably she
but-
was writing and at the same time that she was
Practicing.
practicing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I suppose you would do, wouldn't you? I mean, when you're starting off, you don't want to let go. I would imagine that she probably thought of letting go of the medical job, the physician's job, as and when she was making money with the writing.
I think anybody who has a well-paid job and gives it up to completely focus on their writing is either very brave or very foolish.
You would hope they wouldn't do it unless they've already established themselves
Yeah,
as a writer.
yeah.
I remember once we had a young chap at our writers group who suddenly decided he was going to give up work, and he hadn't published his first book, but he felt as though it was going to be good enough to see him through. Somewhat foolish move. He was back working, I think, within 12 months.
Yeah, yeah.
But some people do.
That said, I was having a bad time at work and I decided to make the leap, but I had savings.
Yes.
Yes.
And also I'd kind of, won a few things and
Yeah.
been published in a few
That's
things
right.
and kind of
Yeah.
thought, well, you know what, I can give it a go for
And you had a part-time job for a while,
some
didn't
time.
you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was tutoring
Yeah,
as well,
you were.
so it wasn't like I was just dependent on. So
Yeah.
yeah, slightly different, but
Right, that's it. And this is it. It's the most writers who perhaps end up being very good and being published. Most of those people would have too much self-doubt to pack in work altogether. Whereas people that are perhaps overconfident think this is great. I
Yeah.
can make a living at this.
yeah. I mean, going back to Tess Gerritsen, she'd written 8 romantic thrillers, presumably while working as a doctor.
They were the ones she did for Mills and Boon.
Yeah, and then in 1996 she did her first medical thriller, and she hit the New York Times bestseller list at number 13. So
Pretty damn good.
yes, and then she did 3 more of them, and then she did a crime thriller. So, and that was where Rizzoli came in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because Isles isn't in the first boot very much. She is in it, but she's just a second class character sort of thing.
I mean, I think once you hit the New York best sellers list, and then have a couple of more books equally as well
Yeah.
received, you know that it is a path that you go down.
yeah, well, I imagine
fairly
also,
successfully.
you'll probably have a multi-book contract to
Yes.
fulfill,
Yes.
which will hopefully support you nicely.
Yeah.
And I mean, the other thing is, provided you keep your registration up, I assume you can go back.
Yeah.
Do like some sort of return to practice or whatever they
Yes,
have
yeah.
in America. So
Do
it's not
local
like you
work.
can never go back to
No.
being a doctor. You'd
No.
have to, possibly.
You probably
You know.
would. Like you say, you'd have to do some sort of internship where you were overseen by more senior
Yeah.
doctors. I think
Yeah.
that's the way it works. But
Yeah.
but I love her books. I love the Rizzoli and Isles series. I really do.
I haven't read them. I will have to give them a go.
Yeah, I think I enjoy. I mean, I like the series, but the series can be a bit fluffy at times because Isles in the series is a bit of a closed horse, and she wears gigantic heels and all the rest of it.
Blimey.
I think actually the character in the book is very well tailored and everything, but
They've interpreted that in an interesting way.
yeah, when she's a completely different character. She's got a short dark bob and all the rest of it. But I remember somebody saying to her one day when she got out of her car in one of the books, "Are you seriously going to walk across this ice in those high heel boots?" And she was going, "Why? What's the problem?"
Tell you another interesting one, just switching professions. I didn't
Yeah.
realise that C.J. Sansom, who I've read a lot of, enjoy, he did a variety of jobs, but he decided at one point to retrain as a solicitor. And he practiced in Sussex as a lawyer for the disadvantaged before leaving the legal profession to become a full-time writer. And of course, his Matthew Shardlake, his Shardlake stories,
Yes.
which are set in Tudor times.
Yes.
What are they called? They're not called Matthew Shardlake is the main character.
Are they called things like disillusion?
Disillusion.
And things
That's
like
right.
that?
right,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently, he was interviewed by the Guardian, and he said it seemed to me to make sense for Shardlake to be a lawyer for a number of reasons. First, the law was my profession, and he said I've always found it endlessly interesting.
There you go. Oh, I have another one for you who I hadn't realised, but Frida McFadden.
Yes.
All right,
yeah.
I know that name.
Yes, well, she's an American thriller author, and she's also a practicing physician specialising in brain injury.
Oh, right.
And she's still practicing. That's a pseudonym. It's not her real name.
No. No, because,
So-
if you've got a professional job, you probably wouldn't want you would want it to be a pseudonym, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Do you remember John Mortimer,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Horace Rumpole
Barrister?
Yeah, barrister.
Yes.
And his
Makes
stories
sense.
with a Horace Rumpole,
Yeah,
the barrister.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah.
Mm.
But one of John Mortimer's most famous real life cases involved defending Virgin Records for using the word. Can I say this? I'll say it anyway. You can always cut it out, John. It was defending Virgin Records for using the word bollocks on the title of a Sex Pistols.
Oh,
Oh,
of
yes.
course.
Yeah. I remember that case.
But the Horace Rumpole stories were great.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just say, I'm absolutely stunned by Frida McFadden's work rate.
What, better than yours?
It's astonishing. First novel, I mean, she self-published her first book through KDP in 2013.
Yeah. Well done.
But yes, she's got the Jane McGill series, 2 books in that. Prescription Murder, 3 books in that. The Housemaid series, that's one of hers I'd heard of. And there's 3 of those. And then there's standalones. And there are a lot of standalones. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 so far.
Good grief.
Yes. And 3 novellas. And an anthology. And it's like, how on earth can you do all that and also be a doctor? So there you go. I take my hat off to you, Frida McFadden.
A slow day in the office.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one who I didn't realise was came from worked as a lawyer for a short time was that John Buchan, 39 Steps.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Ah.
he was, for a short time he was a lawyer.
I suppose, I wonder how many people, though, go off to university and very often do like degrees in journalism. They really want to be writers. I wonder how many there are that, I mean, if you're doing something like English and, creative writing, you're on that path.
I remember being at uni because I did English and, I remember being at a party and someone saying, come on, be honest, is there anyone here who doesn't secretly write poetry? And walk on and went, we're all there mumbling into our beer.
No, not me, honest. No. Yeah, so, and then they go off. I mean, look at the guy that wrote Carrie.
Stephen King.
Yeah, I mean, he was a teacher. He taught, didn't he,
Mm.
to make ends meet while he was writing.
Yeah.
I think he always wanted to be a writer. When we read his book, what's it called? That book, Mike, the one about how to be a writer.
On writing.
That's good.
On
that.
writing.
It's good. It's good.
Excellent
that
book.
Yes,
Mm.
it is. I'd advise anybody to read that because you get a bit of a biography of him
Yes,
as
you
a
do.
writer.
Yeah, which is an interesting.
It's
part.
very interesting, and he gives some useful tips in quite a. They're
Very-
subtle, aren't they?
Very down to earth.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't use adverbs when you're writing. You know.
But yes, another example of someone who knows what they're talking about here. Quite an obvious one, John le Carré.
Oh
Yes,
yes.
So yes, espionage novels.
Yes. So it was he in MI5.
Well, I'm looking at his profile very briefly here. But yes, he became an MI5 officer in 1958 after teaching French and German at Eton for 2 years. There you go. But it says here he ran agents, conducted interrogations, tapped phone lines and effected break-ins.
Wasn't he Ian Fleming? Wasn't he in?
Yes.
He worked for Reuters, I think. But yes, he did
He
some.
did
Yeah,
some
During the war,
spy
he
work.
wasn't he involved in Operation Mincemeat?
He was.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was in MI5 at the very birth of it,
There's,
really.
there's, there's a big difference, though, isn't there? Because when you take John le Carré, his books are very, very involved, and you can tell there's somebody who knows about MI5, MI6, the whole Secret Service. Whereas James Bond's are a bit light-hearted and,
Yeah.
you know, they're...
Well, don't forget. I mean, he was writing them, wasn't it, on his month off?
Yes, that's right.
Because
yes.
he had a month off. So he'd go to his
Somewhere in
place in was it
Caribbean?
Jamaica?
Jamaica.
Golden
I was
Eye.
going to say
House.
his island.
Yeah.
Yes.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. I think what we need to be careful is to say that there are lots of excellent crime writers who don't have a police background or a medical background or a crime background. It's not a necessity, but you can see in the writing of some of the people we've mentioned how it has influenced and affected their writing.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, one of the characters in one of my books, somebody they're questioning shoots across the table and grabs her around the throat, and she appears first of all to be absolutely fine, but then she has trouble breathing, and I know that you can get edema in that area if there's pressure on certain parts, so she ends up in intensive care. I don't know if anybody else would have thought of that, but I have seen it. I have seen it. It was accidental. It was something that got tangled around somebody's neck, but they came. Oh no, I'm fine. And about 15 minutes later, they were going. Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Any more? I do have one that you'll like, Mike.
Oh, go on then.
Joe Callahan.
Oh, right.
Yes, blink of an eye. So she works full-time as a senior strategist, carrying out research into the future impact of AI and genomics on the workforce.
Oh.
So there you go, in the blink of an eye.
Great book if you're not ready. It's all about
We do regularly big up this book.
Policing,
just everyone read it and we'll move on.
policing and AI.
Yeah. We don't get any royalties for any of these things. We don't
Not
get
unless people
paid.
want to.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
I think Aston Martin's a wonderful cars, by the way. Right, so I think have we exhausted that particular
I think
episode?
we've given a lot of examples, and I
have.
hope you've been compiling your reading lists while we've been talking.
Yeah, I want to know if there's anybody we haven't mentioned.
Yes, there may be a test.
Yes. Tell us about it. If you think, I read such and such a body, and they've got such and such a background. We'd be
Yes, if you've got
interested.
more recommendations, let us know.
Oh, definitely. So we'll say a good evening. I hope you're all well wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now. You have been listening to Only Murders in My Mind, a Random Thought production, produced by John Bissett. The music in Peril was composed and recorded by OM Studio Strings.